Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to another stream. Almost there, almost at Friday. Not quite yet, but we're on our way. Something to look forward to coming up. Hope everybody's having a good day so far. Should be pretty much everybody off work, unless you're over on the far side of the West Coast, but thank you all for showing up. A little bit to talk about today. We weren't live. We were live not too long ago, so not a whole lot has happened since then, but there's still enough to discuss here, especially as we start getting towards the weekend. Hopefully everybody's getting a little excited, and we'll talk about why that would be. What's going on, Rick? Josh, hey, how's it going? Yeah, we're on a roller coaster, little up, little down. Now we're going sideways. What's going on, Thomas? Let me go ahead and blast out a notification to the group, just in case they didn't get my YouTube notification. Everybody, let me know what your thoughts are so far. You know, we've been on a bit of a, like Rick said, a bit of a Dogecoin roller coaster here regarding, you know, when we go up, when we go down. We've kind of just been all over the place. If we just sum this up a bit, looking at the 15-minute time frame here, you can see we did get into the dip zone territory that I talked about. This is where this box has been here for like a week and a half now. This is where I expected us to stop when the drop really finished. I expected us to be able to get a dip buy in this blue zone and us really not go much lower than this. Now, if you happen to be awake at like 4 a.m. when the Bitcoin short sell-off massive thing actually happened, yeah, you probably got a dip near 22. But all the consolidation here has been in the dip zone, 24 to 26 and a half, trading in that channel almost perfectly like we drew it after it started happening. And that's just technical analysis mixed with some social sentiment checks and just seeing where the most likely stopping point is, where we'd be able to get a bargain buy at a discount before we start to revert. If you look at it from that angle, you can start to see we did go down here, and when we tried to go below this box level at 24, the second time, massive rejection weight got us right back into that channel. Like, no, we are not comfortable in this zone. This zone is the danger zone, and if we ever go in there, people are just going to buy it up immediately and spit us right back out up to where we belong. That's what this orange box will kind of signify right now. Anywhere down from under the $24 dip buy zone. And it spit us right back out into the dip zone where we feel more comfortable. And then you can see here, tight consolidation that was pretty wide, now starting to tighten up and starting to look for some support here off the enter level here at 25 cents on Dogecoin. And now it's trying to maybe head towards that 26.50 level again and look for a breakout. So that's where we're at so far. I do think, just being, if I'm coming in with a neutral perspective and just trying to determine like what could be going on, it's most probable that we are in a bit of a situation where we could be at the bottom of the dip and just about ready to start heading back up. Usually what you see with any kind of major sell-off is a multiple stage drop-off, a tight consolidation that slowly at some point starts to curl back. Now, this could be here, or this could draw this move out much longer, and it could end up curling back over here. You know, we could get this kind of consolidation for a couple more days, and then it gradually make its way back up. But then what you usually see is once we start heading towards new highs after the drop, so let's just say once we break above, well, really right here, 26.50. Once we break above that, we should expect to see kind of Dogecoin slingshot up to the next level, which is going to be right here at around that 28 to 29 cent level. Do some consolidating there, and then slingshot up to the next level, which will be right getting us back to 30 cents. What happens at that point is going to be up to Bitcoin, obviously. But that's the kind of recovery that you should expect. I would say 24, 25 cent buys anywhere from in this, if we're still in this box. And in my opinion, this is the discount zone where you should have your buys set, not being overly negative and thinking we're going to end up crashing to 20 and what if. If you're wondering to yourself right now, what if, I want you to also ask yourself, how many times in the past have you asked yourself what if, and then missed out on an opportunity. If your answer is 0, maybe your what ifs have come at the right time. But if your answer is a lot, or if you're still feeling the pain of a what if missed out opportunity, let's just say you didn't buy Doge at 16 or 19 when we were talking about it, because you had the what if we go to 10, what if we go to 8, and you missed out, and now you're still looking for an entry near 30 cents. Don't let all opportunities pass you by because you're too scared of a dip. That's not how trading works. But we'll continue in a minute. What's going on, everybody? Doge Noodle, how's it going, man? Matt's Market, thanks for hanging out. By the way, me and Matt, guys, we're going to do a collab stream soon, so keep your eyes peeled for that. It could be as soon as tomorrow. I still need to talk to him about it, but I want to just have a stream where we can be a little bullish and even discuss ADA a little bit before smart contracts go live, and there's only like 2 days before that, so maybe if he's up for it, we'll do it tomorrow. So let's go ahead and let me just share the stream with the Discord group. I was a little late to do that today. Don't forget, guys, hit that like button if you have not. That will help the stream out substantially. Really appreciate it. What's going on, Daniel Blaine? Thank you. Welcome to the stream. And again, thank you for being a supporter. Whole lot of super members recently. And hopefully you guys have been getting some value out of the Discord group. I will be back in full swing after this weekend with my level of engagement. Okay, yes, sir. We'll definitely let you know, Matt. We'll chat after the stream. And we'll discuss like who stream, or if we, you know, how we want to set it up. But I think it'll be good. What's going on? How's everybody's day been though? Work should be just about wrapped up for most people, and hopefully we'll get a couple more people in the stream. I know usually people don't get my notifications right away. They come in late. Let me change the thumbnail as well. I reused it by accident. We need an Elon tweet. Yeah, Dogecoin definitely, don't get me wrong, guys. As much as I love Dogecoin for what it stands for, and most of the people in the community for what they stand for, Dogecoin needs a catalyst. And for the time being, I am exploring other options other than Dogecoin. You know, it is what it is there. There are other things that move to the upside faster and other things that move to the downside faster. And I don't like to just put all my eggs in one basket and just sit it there. Now, there is absolutely no problem with YOLOing or just all-inning into Dogecoin at whatever price you feel you want to, and hodling. I respect that. I did that for a while as well, but I did get a little bored. I assume a lot of other people are getting bored as well. And when most people get bored, that means your asset of choice may start getting a little less volatile than it was in the past, which means there's just less money to be made. Being that I'm primarily a trader, I like to be where the money is. So if I can't make money off something, I don't generally trade it quite so actively. But still love Dogecoin. I'm just taking a little break, moving into ADA, some of these other projects I like, and then once they're done, the majority of their move, I'll be flipping right back over. So that's how that'll go. Doge is close to my heart, and I'll hold my Doge, but I'm heavy in some other plays, Matt says. I am with you 100%. Yeah, I'm heavy in some other plays as well, and I keep coming back to Dogecoin. And I don't venture out for very long. It's usually only a couple days at a time, and then when I want to reset back into something, I buy a good Dogecoin dip, and then I hold that for as long as I can until another opportunity might be just too good to pass up. I'll trade that for a couple days or less, and then I flip back to Dogecoin. So I'm still here in the Dogecoin space 100%. And by the way, you can check out the website, link in the description, if you want to take a look at some Dogecoin apparel that I make. You won't find it anywhere else, and I think it's pretty cool. Also, this channel, Institute of Human Anatomy, if you end up on the weird side of YouTube, just going down these channels that just start discussing these random facts, Institute of Human Anatomy I've been watching all their videos today. Just really makes it easy to understand like how different parts of the body work. It's very interesting. Check them out. But guys, please hit that like button if you have not already. Please, we're at 8. I think we can get a little higher, and that'll really get the viewers in, so we can start getting into the meat of the discussion today. Really appreciate that. But yeah, how's everyone else feeling? What kind of plays are you looking into? And then I'll keep rolling here in a minute. What are your thoughts on ADA, where it sits right now? Thank you. We're at 9. Really appreciate that support. How do you feel about ADA currently? How do you feel about Bitcoin, Ethereum? Are there any pocket pick plays that you're looking at right now that you're planning on sitting on for a little bit longer? Hey, advantage of the disadvantage. What's going on, my man? Welcome back to the stream. Thanks for the support. Rafi says, while we're on the topic, Solana's in a consolidation right now. I think it's going to have a big breakout soon. What are my thoughts? While Bitcoin or Dogecoin's doing this slow move here, let's go ahead and check out Solana. Okay. So Solana did yesterday. When we went live, I was looking at this level right here, and I was like, guys, I think this might be the short-term top. Usually, I mean, if you just look at this trend for what it really is here, and you see super small, low volume, just gradual, healthy moves up. You start to see it gain momentum here, a pullback where a lot of people start to take notice and load up here at this double bottom. And I know it's a little small because my screen's in 4K right now. Kind of a bit of a double bottom situation right here. People saw some support at this low, and they're like, okay, maybe this is a dip. A lot of people bought it up, and you just see continuous buying here. Buying. And then you start to get some FOMO buys into here, and especially into here, and really into here. And then it just keeps going. And then you've got, I always say that when you start to see the green candles start to get way larger than the original candles, it's probably a sign that the move is just about done. Because usually the last thing you see before a reversal is an extreme volume of FOMO buy-ins. And that's what typically creates the massive green candles. And then right when the candles get just so big that everybody's like, oh my goodness, this is never going to stop. Look at how big these candles are. That's usually the top. And that's when all the people that were in early are like, oh my goodness, look at how much money I've made. I'm going to sell. And so fear of missing out is the complete opposite, puts you in the complete opposite mindset of the people that invested early. Because as soon as you feel like, oh man, I'm missing out so much, look at how much it's moved, you got to keep in mind the people that have been in are saying, oh man, look at how much I've gained, and they're going to want to lock it in. So that moment where you feel like, man, I need to get in, I've missed so much, is when they are probably going to sell. And that's where this last run was, in my opinion. Now, obviously, if you're looking at the history, big run, deep pullback, bigger run, deep pullback, bigger run. This could have another run in it. I know Matt was thinking 250. At this point, if I'm not in yet, it would have to be a scale in thing for me. I probably, and I'm sure he would say the same thing here. If you're not in yet and you're looking for an entry near $200 on Solana, when it's run up just in the last week, about over 3x. It's already up over 300%. If you're looking to jump in, keep in mind at this point, it is a FOMO buy. And anytime you're doing something risky that especially you can identify as a potential FOMO buy-in, you need to keep your risk minimal, because there's a high chance that you could be buying in at the wrong time. So you wanting to get in here, yes, it's a pullback, but it could still be near the top. What we could end up seeing is just a small move up and then a dump, as this does a double top at 215, 216, or something like that, or maybe 220, and then that be it. But there is also a chance that it keeps going to 300, 400, 500. We don't know. You never can know. The only thing you can do is maybe if there's no previous levels to identify a stopping point by, which in this case we are at all-time highs, then you can maybe get into trying to use the fib and project. But I don't really use that. I just try and use my version of what common sense seems like to me, and that's that if it visibly looks to be super overextended, then to take it with caution and trade accordingly. So in this case, if I wanted to get in here, I would probably be scaling in, starting off with 25%, trying to get some profit rolling, maybe adding another 25 if I still feel confident, and then holding out on that next 50% until I'm deep in the green and I have some profit to like use as a buffer in case the price starts to sell off pretty hard. And now I can identify what my break-even point is. So maybe my break-even point by that time, you know, I add here, wait, add some more here, I wait, and then once I'm in profit, it's still holding, looking bullish. I add the rest up here. My break-even point's like here, and if it starts to fail, I just cut at break-even or something. You know, just trade it carefully because we are now really far up, and we have not gotten a super solid pullback yet. If you want to take a better look at it, take a look at your EMAs here. Just keep your main 3 up. So that's going to be your 200 EMA, your 100, and your 50 on a high time frame. I really like the 4 hour. It seems to be super consistent. And you can see from the start here, already pulled really steeply off the 200 EMA because this was a momentum run, and before that it was trading sideways. So the 200 EMA is going to take a minute to catch up to the steepness of the move. It's finally just about getting there right here. But you can see we had just like a 50 touch here. Nice pullback just to satisfy 100 buyers probably right here, and then just never came back, and then a 50 touch here, and now it's super extended even from the 50, which tells you that the next pullback could potentially be down to like 160. So you could be 30 cents away from where the pullback will really end, or you could even get it might even need a 100 to continue, or even a 200. So look at those levels: 160-ish, about 135, and about 110. By the time, and I'm factoring in time here because obviously this will move forward a bit by the time it falls, and just kind of projecting maybe like here is when we might run into that. So if you just kind of continue to project out, and we're in a bit of a pullback, so this might not go so steep. You know what I'm saying? Just give yourself that idea. Draw these lines out a little bit, project when it might hit, and see where that price lands. But we are definitely getting extended on Solana. And the thing is, we've got a lot of other things that could be, and I think Matt was saying this in his stream yesterday, could be potentially stealing the thunder away from Solana. So you got to keep that in mind. Cardano is a big dog right now. Cardano's got smart contracts coming on Sunday. The thunder, the spotlight for Solana will be at least temporarily paused as people start to diversify into these other projects that have a lot of bullish potential. So though everyone looks at Solana as this hedge against the Bitcoin falling, because even on all the red days, Solana's usually been the only one green. So it's been the bullish play, the go-to bullish play. Once these other guys start going green again and looking good, a lot of the people that only went into this for the green move will start to pull out. So that's why I'm thinking we could have topped out here, or we could be near the top at like 220. I don't see it going very, very much further. If it was me and I had a position down low, I would already probably start scaling out now, maybe locking in half and just leaving the rest in, or locking in 75% and just not caring about the other 25 and just hold that for the rest of time or something. But I think we're, if you were down in here under 100, you're probably up near 3x. I'd probably be locking it in by this point. What's going on, Advantage? He says, still hodling Doge at 29. 29 is not bad at all. I don't think at all. But been buying crypto mining stocks. Really? How's that been going? I'm curious. Hey, what's going on, Jonathan? What's up, Shuba? Welcome to the stream. Been in on Solana since 80, so I'm just waiting to see what it's going to do. I'm thinking 239, then more consolidation. Hey man, if you're in, and here's the thing, if you're in small, a lot of times you feel like you have nothing to lose, but just keep in mind, it's okay sometimes to lock in profit and then wait to see what's going to happen next, and then rebuy in when it looks like there's another good buying opportunity. So, in my opinion, if you're up like 3x at this point, don't be afraid to take some profit off, even if you stay in 50%. Lock some of your gains in, because there is a chance there's, like I said, a deep pullback to an EMA, and then you might regret not having cashed out a little bit. And if you had sold 50% here, you could have waited till it dipped here and dropped that money back in, and now you have more shares of Solana cheaper. And now when it comes back up, you'll be even more in profit at these same levels. So, but obviously this is not a financial advice channel. This is just how to trading advice, and it's just some suggestions on what I might do in some scenarios. Could be better if I got the dip perfectly, loading up before Bitcoin blasts off. Yeah, that's another thing too. With Bitcoin, when Bitcoin moves up, Solana will probably continue up, just maybe not at the same rate of speed, because like I said, a lot of the other coins will flip green and could be a distraction. But Solana probably won't hard dump like under 100, but I'm just saying there could be a pullback. Yeah, no problem, Rafi. And good trading there. Good job holding on to that $80 position and not over trading it. And now you're up 3x. So, or just about, you know, you're up about 2.5x now. That is rare and it's hard to do. So keep trading that way. That's good stuff. Hope everybody else in here is having a good day. My dancing Doge is a little off today. I don't know what's going on with him. My subscriber goal isn't even accurate. We're way past that now, but I'm just going to hide it from now. Let's see. You learned that here, so thanks. Awesome, man. Glad to hear that. I'm glad to see a lot of you guys that have been taking some advice recently, or just, you know, making some adjustments from whatever channel, whether it's here or elsewhere. Glad to see you guys flipping to the green side and being consistently profitable. That is the goal. So that's awesome to see. Let's see. Just gotta make sure my tweet went out and everything. Don't forget, guys, you can follow me on Twitter too if you like. At 2020 Tech Reviews is my Twitter channel. Still 2020 Tech Reviews, back from when I primarily did technology reviews on like smartphones and such. But that is the Twitter still. Drinking out of the Stitch cup today. Just so you guys know, though, let's flip over and take a look at some of the other cryptos. So Bitcoin still having a little bit of struggles here, but that's to be expected when you're coming off of a downtrend. There's going to be a lot of bouncing, a lot of consolidating, a lot of testing before anything starts to feel comfortable with a move in a certain direction. What we can see here by just looking at like a 5-minute chart or something here, doesn't really matter, is we had this, and ignore this diagonal line here. We had the sell-off, big rejection, a flag pattern, a nice break out of the flag pattern to the upside, but then a rejection here at the 100 EMA, which was the highest line at that point on the 5-minute time frame. Big rejection that sent us back down to 46.2, and now we're bouncing a bit here. But really what I want to do is take a look a little bit longer term here to just identify what happened. Remember, this is the trend channel that we drew, and really the goal was just to see how we fared in that trend channel. What you can see here is that we did end up trading towards the top side of it. We held at this level and we broke out the top, but then we faked out, rejected, broke out the bottom, but it was actually a double fake out, and then we rocketed all the way up from there. So this is what I'm talking about, you know, annoying manipulation. You know, bullish move out the top, shorting all the way down through the bottom, make everyone think that we're going down, but then all the whales actually buy here at the bottom and buy it all the way up. That's the annoying stuff, and it's really hard to predict. That's why it's good to just, if you're going to be doing day trading, to either keep your position sizes short or small rather, or just actively look at the chart and look at the momentum in certain directions when big things happen. Because, for example, this breakout at the top of the trend channel should have been a little stronger than this if this were to be a continuation move, because this was a big deal. We broke out of a triangle that had been consolidating in for days. I mean, look at all this trading activity. So once you break out the top, something that's supposed to be extremely positive, and it's very weak. And then on top of that, your only top that you hit is making a double top here. That could be a sign that all is not as it seems. What we ended up seeing there was just a massive sell-off. Once we got back in the trend channel, we tested it as resistance again, and it held as resistance. That was a bad sign for everybody. We then dumped, fell out the bottom, but then we found support right here at this level, this previous bottom, and that's where everyone bought it up, thinking that maybe that was it. Right here, as you can see, just looking at previous history, you can see that was a potential stopping point. A lot of trading activity here at 45.6, 45.5, and sure enough, took off and blasted all the way back up to 47. But now we're in this scenario here. Rafi, I still don't have any thoughts on algo, unfortunately. I haven't been able to look at that too much. Yeah, SHIB today. Let's see where it's at right now. This is a very expected move. I mean, this is great if you bought in SHIB here at 5.8. But this was a very expected move. If you look back in my YouTube videos from probably just like 2 months ago, I made a video on like how to properly trade SHIB. And the main catalyst I had been looking at was not so much Shiba Swap, but really primarily looking at the Coinbase announcement. That's usually the biggest catalyst for small cryptocurrencies as they're getting started out to really gain some traction is getting listed on Coinbase. And the first time they got listed, well, first there was hype, and I said, you know, keep a lookout for like a 30-ish% move. Then they got listed, and sure enough, they went from like 7,000 Satoshi units up to 10. Or, you know, about 6,000, high sixes up to 9.5 or something like that. It was a 3,000 move. And then Coinbase made the announcement that it wasn't working out, and all of that traced back. So the idea was, well, guys, now we know what to expect when it gets announced on Coinbase. So just keep an eye out for the announcement. When it happens again, once they get the issues fixed, expect another 30% move. And sure enough, basically right here, that was like a 30% move. And that's exactly what happened. So from high fives to mid 8 is what happened on the Coinbase announcement. But as you can see, the hype quickly dumped and sold all the way back to 6.5. And now it's trying to hold at 7, which is a very average number. So I'm not particularly impressed with SHIB's trading pattern recently overall. But I mean, good for it for being able to kick out some volatility here. Would have liked to see a little more. But this could be cup and handling anyway, so there could be a continuation as the day goes on and more people start buying some SHIB up on Coinbase. So for the sake of the SHIB community, what I'd hope for would be to see, you know, this cup and handle scenario play out kind of nice for them and give them a run back to 9 or a little higher. I'm going to fix me some coffee and Bailey's. That sounds great, man. What's up, Alex? Glad to hear that you're off work. I'm glad for myself as well. By Ada, that is correct. 7, I agree with you there. But yeah, Dorota, SHIB did very well today. So if anybody bought into SHIB at 5 or anywhere near there, 5, 6, hopefully you made a lot of money today. That was a great, quick move of 30%. Very fast spike. So, you know, that is the goal. If you can ever catch a 30% move in minutes, that is the dream. So, but yeah, great news for SHIB. I'm not a SHIB bear by any means. It's just not my cup of tea to really, you know, I don't really see the end goal for them other than the blockchain. But then, you know, what next, in my opinion? But I have no problems with it. I trade it when there looks to be good trade opportunities. So yeah, good stuff. I almost bought in today once I started seeing the news, but my funds were on a brokerage that did not allow me to buy SHIB, so I couldn't join in and have fun with you guys at the SHIB party today. Well, let's flip back to Dogecoin. Bit of a sell-off here, 25.20. Still within the value discount. Sorry, still within the value discount channel here, right here, in between that 24 and 26.50 range. We are still trading in there. What we need to see though, some stabilization here. These EMAs really start to level out. The 200 continue to come down, and then a nice curling upward where we can see the 50 EMA cross above the 100, and then above the 200, get that golden cross going, get everybody feeling a little more bullish. There is still potentially, if this fails, room for another another move down to like 2450. So we'll see. Let's take a look at Bitcoin, see what's causing it. Looks like Bitcoin is just kind of making people uncomfortable because if you see here, we had to break to the top side of the triangle, but then we stalled out here at like that 100 EMA level on the 30-minute, and we hit here, but now we're rejecting the underside of the previous trend line, which is making people feel bearish because what they think might happen, this is now proving to be resistance. So, you know, we broke out the top, but now we're back under the bottom of that trend line itself. And so now what they might be thinking is that we could see this come down to here and fail. But then you've got to consider, if we're extending trend lines like that, you extend the top level as well, look for another potential support. And that's going to be met right about here, where a lot of that previous trading activity stopped as well. Here, here, here. And so this could be like another double fake out move here, to where we look like we're failing. We pass all these lines, but then we stop at right about 45.8. Somewhere in this area. 45, yeah, about 45.8, give or take. And then bounce. So without drawing too many lines here, we'll delete some of these. That is kind of the scenario we're in. We'll have to see how that plays out. All right. Coinbase trading is on hold for SHIB. Oh, that's not good. Coinbase price is wrong, missing a 0. Ah, that can mess a lot of people up. Yeah, no thoughts on Algo quite yet, guys. Algo's offering a 3-month stake in its governance program. I'm researching, they're saying 45% APY. That is amazing. That's very high. I was hearing someone else had a really high API. I think Callie from Twitter gave a little tip. Let's see. She posts some good stuff, by the way. Let's see. I can't remember which coin it was, but she posted a coin, said it was something like 90% APY. The thing is, a lot of times they boast a very, very high APY, kind of get you in, but then that APY, cools off very quickly as the more people start to come in and stake. That's what happened with the SHIB staking. That's what happens a lot of times with just different projects. So the 45 is great. I would be very curious to see how long that 45 lasts. And really, the main goal, what does it pull back to? Because it could still cool off and be still a really good play. But still, short term, at the very least, that's great. Hopefully, SHIB will lose all the zeros, right? Yeah, for anybody holding SHIB, I would hope the same thing. Don't forget, guys, hit that like button if you haven't already. Really do appreciate it. Let's take a look. But yeah, here on Bitcoin, you can see things are already stabilizing a bit, like on the 30-minute. If we go to like the 4-hour or something, you can see that we're still technically doing okay. I mean, yeah, we're under the 200 EMA here, but the 50 hasn't crossed below the 100 quite yet. The 200 EMA is still below all the other EMAs. My concern, though, is that we are pretty far away from these EMAs here. So usually you see just moves with the lines that are kind of like, I don't know how you describe it, but it's like an act, you know? These lines, they spread apart, and then they converge, and then they cross each other, and then they spread apart again, and then they converge, and then, you get the downswing, and then they spread apart, and they converge, and then you get the upswing. You know what I mean? If you look right here, it looks like these lines need some more time to, like, come down, meet the 200 EMA, do a whole dance here and then go back to the bullish side. That being considered, it does make me start to wonder what the time frame is going to look like on this recovery. But I'm still trying not to be overly bearish for no reason. Honestly, Bitcoin shouldn't even be down here. The pullback was a little too extreme, so maybe we don't need all those things to play out perfectly. And this just was the bottom, and we'll move on. Honestly, if we could just come back across this line, head above this 50 EMA here on like the 30, right around 46.6, things will start looking a lot better. For SHIB, look at Coinbase price versus TradingView. SHIB was up 550%. %. From what? I don't know about that. If it was 5,000 Satoshi and only went up to 8,000, that's not even a 100% move. Let's check out Coinbase, though. I don't even have anything in my Coinbase account right now, so don't get distracted by that. It's not letting me log in. Let's check TradingView. Yeah. I don't know about the 550%, but anyway, guys, you guys got any questions before we wrap up today? Having a bit of a slower day today. I know there's not a whole lot to talk about, but definitely wanted to give you guys an update. Coinbase price 0.0005910. Wow, that's so weird. Let me check it out. Let's see. Oh, it's on Coinbase Pro, isn't it? Yeah, that's pretty funny. It's definitely missing a 0 over here. Wait, are they fixing it now? 1, 2, 3, 4. I wonder what happens if you short it. Wait, what? Why is it? It's not even at the same price point on Coinbase Pro. I'm so confused. Yeah, it's showing 550% with the wrong price. It's also not even close to the right price without the digit. It's saying that SHIB right now is at 54.92, whereas it's actually at 7,000. It's not even close to the right number at all. I wonder what happens if you short it and then they fix the number. Let's try and outplay the system. But I wouldn't take that risk because once SHIB is kind of it's its bullish day. I don't know if I'd be shorting it even to take that chance, but anyway. But yeah, we'll wrap up here, guys. Taking one more look at some of the other coins. ADA, for example. You see ADA's just, a lot of these coins are just following Bitcoin's move right now and just trying to decide what's going to happen next. ADA's here at 251, which is not bad, not great. I like to see it over 250 if we're trying to think bullishly. Under 250, it seems notoriously to have started selling off or have been in a bearish move. So glad to see these bounces here. If Bitcoin does dump, though, obviously there's room back down to 240 or even down here to like the 225-ish. I'd hope that doesn't happen. Hopefully 230 is the lowest we see. But we've got just a couple days here before smart contracts goes live. Now, we already had a bit of a rumor buy up here. I'm a little less bullish now since we already hit the $3 mark and people got it out of their system than I was, let's just say, last week. But I still do think once the hype selling off is completely flushed out, ADA will quickly revert back to $3 and probably towards 350 pretty fast. But the people that were in only for the $3 move are probably just milking this here, taking their profit, and we need to get them flushed out. But still bullish on ADA for sure, the most bullish. Bitcoin here, we're just going to have to keep an eye on the charts. And Dogecoin, in my opinion, is at a pretty good potential buy spot to start averaging in at least, 25 cents. Who knows how long we'll be here. And unlikely that will go much lower. So that's the thought process. Yeah, big technical malfunction there for sure. Error exchange, yes. All right, guys. Well, it looks like that's pretty much all the questions. So we'll keep this one kind of short and to the point. Almost an hour. I guess that's short these days for our channel. But still a good stream, I think. Feel free to load up on questions. I'll check out Algo today after the stream ends, and Hex some more as well. If you got any more questions, anything else you want me to check up on, just get that prepared for tomorrow's stream. And hopefully me and Matt will be doing a collab tomorrow. So if you haven't subscribed, subscribe now to this channel so you don't miss it. Go ahead, jump over to Matt's Market channel to subscribe to his. And hopefully tomorrow we'll have some stream collab going. So be here for that. Anyway, guys, thanks for hanging out. We'll catch you tomorrow in the next stream. Have a great rest of your day, everybody.